I could get autofocus to work, that'd be great. Apparently not. Be right back. Something different. Okay. Alright. We're gonna do this. Alright, more than likely I'm going to be talking to myself, but I am playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. So this is the new one. I have spent some time in it, and I've accumulated some money, and yeah, so I thought it would just be fun if we went to the junkyard and we picked up a random car and we built it. Let's go to the junkyard. So when you've got some money, you can go to the junkyard, you can go buy a car, and you can restore it. You can restore it, and it'll be yours. Turn around and make a profit. So pretty much all we're going to do is we're going to find something interesting, we're going to build it, and then we're going to determine if we want to keep it or not. So we'll see what the junkyard has to offer. And if anybody feels like it, you can change the pretzel music. Just go ahead and pick the song that you want, I guess. I'm assuming that's how that works. Ooh. What is this? This looks like an old Nova. Let's see what they call it in the game. It's a Bolt Supernova. Not a whole lot of potential for that car. This trip looks kind of like a bus. I was hoping for a McLaren or maybe like a Ferrari, because those are fun, and you can find different variations of those depending on your subscriptions within Steam, as far as different cars to build. This is not a Mustang. This is also it's a Salem Spectre Fastback, but it does have options for different engines. So you could put a big V8 in there, big torquey V8. Let's see. Let's check this one. This one looks to be in horrible shape as well. It has no engine. Well, what's left of the engine? Let's see what we're calling this one. This is actually a 1970 Ford Mustang. With a Boss 302 in it. Also has different engine variations. So I think we're gonna buy this one. It's like $3,000. So we're gonna buy this. We're gonna send it to the garage. And let's see what else they have. What is that? I don't know what that is. Yeah. No, I think we're I think we're done here. I didn't want to go search all the trash. So you can pick up parts and stuff, and then you can repair them, which is good. Like if you're building like a McLaren or something that's really expensive. So if we go here and go outside, that should be our Mustang. There it is, right there. So we're gonna send this over to the car wash, And we're gonna give it a little wash. Any guesses on what color it is? It's probably red. Probably red. Boy, this thing is big. It's in really bad shape. We're also gonna scrub the interior, because why not? There's not much of the interior left, but you see, all the spots are gone now. The seats turned out okay. So what we're gonna do, we're going to send this to the garage. And we're gonna break out our handy dandy welder. And it's only $500 to repair this. If you repair a McLaren, it's like $37,000. Well, we did good. Well, it's not that bad. It's not okay. It's pretty bad. Let's take a look at my inventory, and yeah, that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're going to remove and do the first things first kind of deal here. Remove the bumpers, the doors, the glass, because we're gonna do a full restoration on it. We're going to put that back where it belongs. Good Lord. What is the dog doing? So you've got fenders, and I'm pretty sure that's all the parts on this car that you can remove, but you can go to your shop in here and you can use your repairing table, which I can repair a whopping mirror and maybe the fender. Let's do this. Let's go to settings. We're gonna keep the ambient music, and then we're gonna get out of here. But we're gonna go into our tablet. We're gonna go here, and boom! Oh, good Lord! There's all sorts of parts in here. That can't be the right. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay. I see what they did. All right. So if you get lost and you're trying to play this. Right click, just go to assemble. You can hit X, like hood, windshield, fender, door, other fender, trunk, clamshell, bumper. I don't know why they call it a clamshell. These rear louvers and real person on A70 Mustang are the loudest, most rattly things you will ever come across. The fender. We're going to need that. So, now when you go into here, you can just go to your shopping list and get rid of that. Go there, boom. You just keep opening that up. We're just gonna buy all new stuff. This is a relatively inexpensive car to repair. Wait, did I buy that? I don't think I bought that. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Buy. And we're going to buy that. We're going to buy the rear fender. There's the rear louvered window. There's the trunk with that classic. It's a very floppy. It's more for aesthetics. Seriously, for that spoiler that's on that little trunk. They had a tendency to rust too, if I remember correctly. Rear bumper chrome. Oh, it really needed every part, didn't it? Don't forget the other door, because this car didn't have doors. Got the little wing windows. And the front end. Alright, and that should be all the body parts. And I'll be right back. How'd you like that? How'd you like the little spooky stuff, huh? Yeah, it is. It is the season. All right, look at that. New body parts. If it were only that easy to put body parts onto a car. Oh, see, the tricks you. It doesn't give you all the parts. Okay, front left door. Put the mirror on. That one's okay. Oh, we don't have the windows, so we're going to hit X. I'm going to add that to our shopping list. Replace that fender. Yeah, every panel on this this car was completely screwed up. There's that trunk. Like I said, these little spoilers here, they had a tendency to rust right down there at the bottom. They were just for aesthetics, like that. They didn't really serve any purpose. There was there was no downforce for them. Kind of a cool car. Definitely not my favorite Mustang, but the Boss 302 was legendary in and of itself. Good lord, there's all these little tiny parts we still got to get. Don't have that one, so we got to pick that one up. Got to get that one. So we'll plop this. Yeah. Okay. Good. Is that the right one? We're gonna try that again. Let's see. Plop the fender on. Like we were able to salvage that one. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and I didn't buy the rear window either. Awesome, go me. All right, so put on that door panel. I probably don't have the window for that. Oh my god. But I know we have the fender. We definitely don't have the front end, and we don't have the front bumpers. So now we just go back into our tablet. Back to the shopping list. Left door window. We need that. And we need the tail light for both sides. So tail lights. Let's see. Buy 2 of those because it says we need 2. There's some weird things in this game. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that that would fit on both sides. No. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all. Front end J, so that is the grill and the headlights, so I'm assuming we're going to have to come back for the headlights. That's fine, it only takes a minute to get there. So let's see. Apologize for that. Alright, so we go back to assemble, and we got the front end, so we're going to plop that on. Front bumper. While we're here, we're going to need the right headlight, the left headlight, but we're going to put the windows in, because windows are good. And if you didn't know, the reverse lights for this Mustang, they're down here in the bottom, in the bumper. They weren't very bright because guess what? They didn't have LED lights in 1970. None. They were all incandescent. Also, you may have had headlights in your car, but you couldn't see because the headlights weren't bright at all. Not even quite sure when halogens came out, but they not very bright. It was always very risky driving at night, especially if you lived in a very dark area. I lived on an island, and there were no streetlights, so there's that. So we got to get our headlights. Left headlight. We also got to get the door window and the right side mirror, and then we might be done with the exterior. Let's see. Plop our headlights in. Alright, so it looks like we have the bodywork done, right? But it looks like garbage. So we're gonna send this over to the paint booth. So, oh good lord, dog. Okay. The dog just completely ripped one, and it's so pungent. Alright, so it says the factory color for this car is this, like, aqua? That's really freaking ugly. And do we want to go with the stickers on it? So I had a neighbor of mine. He had a 70 Boss 302 Super. It was one of the first muscle cars I ever rode in. You know, we talk about cars nowadays that have, you know, like 600-700 horsepower, and this thing had maybe 300. But so much torque that it just threw you back in the seat. It didn't care at all. Let's go with that. We'll go with that paint scheme, and we're going to go with that's definitely not the right color. That's the color that it was in the junkyard. Let's see, the 302 in the hood, which is weird because that doesn't look like 302. It looks like it's backwards. Or we could just do something completely nuts. So I got one person in my chat. What color? What color should we paint this car? And you got 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, I'll figure it out. We're definitely not going with the factory color because that's disgusting. I think we should go with the gloss. We could do a metallic. Metallic looks kind of cool. The pearl, they never had a pearl. In fact, they didn't have a whole lot of flaky anything. I mean, they had metallics. Oh, good lord, that's awful. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that either. Gloss. We'll just go gloss. All right, we're gonna go with the red. And you see, it's a brand new car now. Now, what you can do is you can go back here. You can look at how much you bought. You know, how much the body's worth, performance parts, condition cost, how much you bought it for, how much profit you're going to make, and how much you will sell it for in a total. So already, we put money into it, but we're looking to make a profit of $9,900, which isn't bad. So we're going to put this back on the car lift. And we're going to put this up in the air. So we can do one of two things with the wheels and tires. We can either go. We can refurbish the wheels that are on there now, or we can kind of resto mod it, and we could put a bigger wheel and tire on there. And this, in 2021, you do have PB Blaster or like WD-40 to get the wheels and tires off. They do seize. And with junkyard cars, they're usually rusted up. Because you're not gonna find anything on here that's not rusted. See, everything's covered in rust. Fantastic. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're just going to disassemble the entire front end. That's brakes, wheel hub caps, wheel hub bearings, the front disc brakes, the hub, which is seized on there, so we gotta loosen that up. No, I sprayed you. I sprayed you, I don't know what your deal is. So keep in mind, what we're going to do is we're just going to take everything off the car. It doesn't take that long to disassemble these things either. And then to save a little bit of money, you go to your repair bench and you attempt to repair everything that you can. The cool thing is that a lot of these suspension components and all that, you can paint to whatever color that you want. You can make it fully custom. I will bring out a couple of cars. I'll show you what I did with a couple of them. So there's usually bushings in there, but the bushings are clearly gone because this thing is a floater. If you ever sold cars, you know what I'm talking about, floaters. You can take all the brakes off. You can even save money on the brakes. You can take them to a brake lathe and you can refinish them, and you can save money on brakes. So if you're just starting off in the game, you could just redo the refinish the rotors and put them back on and save yourself some money. But I've done pretty good in the game. I've managed to sell a couple of McLarens, which if you can find them, yes, it is like a community thing. I get it. But when you get tired of the story mode, you need to make a little bit of money, and you have the ability to do it. You make that and restore your first McLaren. It is an insane profit. We're talking like $16 million. Absolutely ridiculous. So I redid a couple of them. So we're moving all the inner tie rod ends, the steering rack, the front suspension cross member, and then we're gonna pull this engine. I think we're gonna build a really cool engine. Probably lots of power, which means we should probably do a different wheel size and tire size. Because if you're living in the land of make-believe, which I am right now, I'm making believe that I'm probably going to build 600 to 700 horsepower, and you're definitely not getting it to the ground on these tires that look like the old school BF Goodrich radial TAs. Coincidentally, I ran on my 72 Javelin. Super comfortable. Not too sticky tire though. That's just how it goes though. So I think if we really want to deck this thing out... Wow, this thing doesn't even have any U-bolts holding on the leaf springs. I am going to turn down the game volume a little bit. That way, you guys... Hold on. You guys could just listen to music. And me flap my lips, if you want. I suppose you could. Save. There we go. Alright, so where were we in this rust basket? There we go. I'm just going to be silent, let you guys listen to some music. You can watch me disassemble this back end and I'll explain in a little bit what I'm doing. So this side does have the U-bolts, so you do have to remove those first. That's what holds the leaf springs onto the rear axle. Alright. Where are we now? Alright, yes. Okay, I've removed everything from the back end. And so we need to lower this. No, we don't. We need to take the transmission out. Duh! You can't pull the engine and the transmission together. That's not a thing. Surprised it even has a transmission. It doesn't even have a starter. The engine's not even complete. Alright, now that that's off, I'll try not to be jerky with my motions. Go get the cherry picker, move that to car lift A, and bring it back over. and you will notice that everything is not there. Oh, this has an engine cover. We need to remove that. There's no battery there. What's it talking about? Alright, so we're going to pull out. Boom. I think what we will do is create a new engine, which... Now I gotta go back and look. We want more power, don't we? So right click, go up to your notes, and go to engine. So we have a couple of options. 4 different V8 options. We have single carb, we got dual carb, we've got 2 carb, overhead, well, okay, so this one's just supercharged. And V8 overhead valve SS. I don't know what SS is. So let's do this. Let's create a new engine. Where is that SS? Interesting. I think we'll build that. Why not? Alright, so what you're going to want to do next, you're going to want to go here and start repairing things. This is going to save you a lot of money. And the more perks you unlock, the better you get at repairing things. So all you want to do is get your arrow within the green, and you have a decent success rate at repairing these items. And if you notice, it's like $8. It's dirt cheap if you're going to repair things. That was $4. $2. Yes, I can just buy new stuff. But if you can repair the stuff that you have, like if you go to the junkyard and you pick up parts, you can turn around, repair those parts, and you could actually make a decent profit. So if you are running low on money in the game, which it is very, very easy to do, go to the junkyard, buy some cheap stuff, bring it back, repair it, and sell it for a profit. Well, I had a lot of crap in there, didn't I? Alright, it'll tell you when it's done with you. That's how that goes. Alright, so we need wheels and tires for this. We also need to go into our inventory. Now, what you can do... So, your shopping list, right? Hold on. If you go into your shopping list, you go to notes. These are we've already purchased these things, so you want to make sure your shopping list is all cleared out. Go to your inventory, and anything that's not 100%, just buy. So you can buy, or purchase, whatever you want, whatever word, drive shaft. Get about 16 to 18 rubber bushings, because you're just going to need them. Tie rod ends you just replace. Same with inner tie rod ends. We repaired the steering rack, so that saves some money. Brakes, wheel hubs, hubcaps, brakes, calipers, bushings, seats, all sorts of bushings. Just replace those. Replace both of those. We already added those. We already got the body parts. And these are just extra parts that I had from the last build I did. Okay. So then you go into your tablet. And you go into car parts. And you open your shopping list. And we need 2. And it's going to bother me. So we're just going to go back here. Go back to imported cars. Boom. Shopping list. Engine cover. 62 bucks. Dirt cheap. It's kind of like a real brake job. If you're going to do the brakes, you just replace both of them. Always do both sides. You don't want to fix one side and not the other. Drive shaft. Place both of the inner tie rods. Same thing with the brakes. Like I said, you can refinish them, but I've got enough money, so I'll just do it. I'll just buy new stuff. It's always little things like hubcaps and you need brakes. Upper suspension arm. There's clearly two of those. I didn't add both of them. Sorry. Bottom suspension arms. Two. Remember, there's two sides to your car. Alright. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to start, we're going to piece together the suspension and stuff like that, and then we'll go build the engine. Maybe tonight or tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. What time is it? 11:17. I've got some time. And if you're just sitting there, just chilling, watching, that's cool. Thanks for being here. You can take most of these parts to your paint booth, and you can paint every single thing, which really takes a long time to do. But you can really make that that custom car look within the game, which is kind of cool. It's just very tedious and takes absolutely forever. There's a steering rack, inner tie rod, which connects to your front steering knuckle via what? What, everybody? Your outer tie rod. That's right. You've got your knuckle axle thingies, front wheel hubs. If it were only this easy to restore and rebuild a car, good lord. Front disc brakes, front brake pads, calipers, zip those on there, bottom suspension arm with new bushings. So you remember how everything was all rusted out and now it's not? Pretty cool, right? So we have double wishbone shock absorbers up front. So we need to go back into the store. Back here, open, go here. We're gonna get two of those, right? And we also need the front springs and the front shock absorber cap. Then you're going to go over to your spring compressor. We're going to join the part. Boop, boop, boop. Too easy. Actually, it doesn't take as much time as it did on the previous versions. That little procedure took way too long on the other games. Alright, so this is starting to look like a front end again. So we're going to put this in. You can paint the springs if you want to. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Like I said, it's just tedious. So tedious. And we don't want everything to be tedious. Sometimes we just want to build the car. Alright. Just copy the same thing on the other side. Steering knuckle, outer tie rod. And those of you that are new, if you're a human and not a robot, This is called Backstage Pass After Hours. So we literally just got done with a podcast today with an amazing prop builder. And what we do is at night we play games, depending on how bloody tired I am. You know, my thing is more along the lines of stuff like this, you know, Destiny and story-driven games. I also play some horror games, but horror games scare me, which is, I guess, the point of them. But and then later on in the night, I will get online with my co-host Adam Wiley, and we will play games. We'll play Halo, or play. There's a bunch of other games we play too. Good Lord, that dog is gonna kill me with her gas. It's so disgusting. Oh my God. Alright, so remember we need a fuel tank. We didn't get that. We do have leaf springs. Leaf springs both have small rubber bushings inside of them. So when you are building your cars, sometimes those little bushings will be the things that'll get away from you. And then remember, you have your leaf spring plates, which I think we're gonna have. Oh, we have two. Awesome. And we have U-bolts. Boop. I did good. I actually bought them. Yay, go me. We got two wheel hubs. We're gonna have to get another axle. So we're just gonna hit X and add that to our shopping list. That's good. We have two of those. We have two of those. And we have two of those. So we're in business there. And it's screaming at us for wheels and tires, which I do not have yet, because you got to get the right wheels and tires. You also got to set it up to where it looks okay. Otherwise, you have just a stupid looking vehicle. So don't forget your bushings in there. And you got small rubber bushings in there. And there's your other leaf spring plate. Attach everything together with your U-bolts. Make sure you're using all the new stuff. You don't want to restore a car with stupid parts, right? Oh, that's right. Gotta get that. Go to your shopping list. Go here. Buy your part. Escape out of it. There it is. Alright, I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys watch as I button up this other side, and you can listen to the music. Okay, I lied. So what you can do now at this point, so your performance mods start with your fuel system. So if we're putting in the new fuel tank, we're going to put in the performance fuel pump. So we check our work back here, where we replace both the bushings, got the new axle in, and as far as running gear, that looks good. Now we have to figure out what we want to do about wheels and tires. So we're gonna go to wheels. I think we're gonna go with let's go with something like that. Or we can go with, go with something like that. So we're going to go with 2 at a size 20 with a 10 offset. We're going to go with 2 at a 19 with a 10 offset. Whoops. And then we're going to go to tires. So we're going to get 2 slicks, right? Alright, there we go. 2 20s. Now the back of that car is pretty wide. I know that the like a Ferrari's got a 305 20 or 305 25 18 or 20. I don't remember. But we're gonna go wide. 30, so about 4,400 bucks. And then we're gonna go to 19. So let's go with like a 285 3019. Pretty exotic size, but my calculations are correct. Should work out. And I didn't want the white letters on it, but I think those will look good on there. What do you guys think? So we're just going to install these. Sorry, I'm just zipping through this because sometimes this takes longer and it's just boring. Alright, that should be all of them. We're going to put those on the car and see how that looks. Yeah, we want the 20s in the rear. Actually, very similar to the wheels I had on my Javelin. Let's see, does that look stupid? Fits, barely. Yeah, if it was in real life, yeah, it wouldn't fly, would it? Because you'd hit a bump and half your tire would be gone. But, does it look good from the back? Yeah. It's right about flush. Not awful. Could be worse, right? Yeah, it sits right at the edge. That'll work. Now, the tedious task. The tedious task of making the engine. And I'll try to get you guys through how easy it is. So give me just a minute and I will be right back. Alright, did you guys miss me? No, of course not. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to build this engine, and I'm going to show you how to go in to every part of this engine, because initially it's going to be like 300 horsepower, which is not enough for a car that's like 4,500 pounds. They're insanely heavy, because they were made of metal back then. So you're going to do the same thing you've been doing, and you're going to hit X. And you want to hit X. So everything that's highlighted is what you need to start off with. So you go to your tablet. Your engine block is going to have to come from the regular store, right? So we have that. Now, if you really wanted to be bougie with it, you could just, you could go paint the block and everything else. As far as performance stuff, you start with the fuel filter and you get a nice shiny red one. Yay! So then you just place it. Boom. Too easy. We're going to put our fuel filter, we're going to hover that in the air right there because that makes total sense. Clearly we need oil filter, need that, need the crankshaft, need the camshaft. So that's the next step, right? So remove that. Your oil filter comes from the regular store. So you go back to the store because everything is so streamlined in this game. You gotta go from one store to the next in order to make anything happen. Power steering pump is super cool because it is chrome. The camshaft you don't get here. Neither you cannot get the crankshaft either. So you're back at the regular store again. Make sure you delete as you go along, otherwise you're going to end up buying multiple parts and you don't need them. Install it. It's super easy to install everything too, by the way. And there's your oil filter, your power steering pump. It's got 2 whopping bolts. Now you need the cam gear, which that's from the regular store. And now you need the pistons with the conrods, right? You need 8 of them. You need 8 of them because it is a V8. Now, you can go to the performance store for your pistons. And, yep. Excuse me? What? I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Did I just pick an engine that doesn't have performance parts? What? Okay, we'll get our cam gear. So it keeps everything in time. Oh, okay. V8 overhead. I guess we can't upgrade that. That's weird. Alright. And then you're going to want to get piston rings. So PIS RIN. No. No, that's incorrect. And oh, that explains it. So that should be right. If not, you just go buy more. And we got the right ones. So you got to put the piston rings on the piston. So that's cool. I mean, not very realistic, but you get the idea, right? Get the idea of how an engine runs. What the guts look like. That way you don't go tear apart your Toyota. You don't want to do that. Now, engine heads. Make sure we put all our parts on. And we go back to our tablet. And we're going to check here to see if there's some fancy heads. There are not. Okay. And like I said, you could paint all of these. That is a thing you can do. So if you really want to overdo it, you can do this. Alright. We need that. We need that. We need that. We need manifolds. Boom. We need spark plugs. Make sure you get all of your valve push rods. Very exciting, right? And then you need all the gear stuff. Flywheel, pressure plate, clutch. Alright, so we're going to go back here. Back to the store. Timing chain. Buy. Delete. Intake manifold. I wonder if there's a performance intake manifold. So far, there's been nothing for this engine. Nope. Alright. Fine. Wow. Wow. I know there's spark plugs. Get 8 of those. That's great. Alright. Maybe I went a little overkill on the wheels and tires, huh? Maybe I didn't need... maybe I didn't need the slicks. Because it doesn't seem like I'm going to be making a whole lot of power. Get that off of there. 2 of those. Shopping list. 2 push rods. Remember, 2 valves per cylinder, right? 1 intake, 1 exhaust. That's the only part of building these types of engines is that it takes a minute to put all these in. So I'll just be quiet while I do that. Alright. We're getting there. We'll put on whatever performance parts we can. How about that? I wonder if there's performance rocker arms. There probably aren't. Nope. Alright. Fine. Carb B, we do have upgraded carburetors, so. Carburetor A, carburetor B. Ignition distributor A, I know we can get that. And I know we can get an upgraded alternator. And one at a time. So I'll be quiet while I do this. Alright. So, gotta go back to the store. Gotta get the distributor rotor. So we're gonna go to the performance store for that, remember? We got that. Gotta get our valve covers. Boop. And filter base. Go back to the performance shop. Okay, we got that. Then essentially, you see what I'm doing. I'm just putting the parts on. And essentially, this game's not too far off as to how, like, the basics of an engine goes together. No, it's not going to give you torque specs. No, it's not going to give you all the little things that you learn over years. But you get an idea of how it's put together, so on and so forth. So, I mean, you get a little bit of an idea. Gotta get that valve cover. I know we can get an upgraded filter for this. Filters are cool, right? No, they're not. Filters are dumb. But it's red. It's red. Very exciting stuff. And whoop, I knew I gotta get that. Press X. Go back to the store. Because apparently you live at the store in this game. Boom, boom. And if you can navigate going to the store, it definitely helps with the how expeditious you are in completing your task of building or repairing a car. Alright, now we got water pump. Crankshaft pulley. Clearly gotta go back to the store. And there's the water pump. And the crankshaft pulley. And then we're gonna have to come back because we're going to need like serpentine belts and the water pump pulley. Yeah, I know. I forgot to purchase it. Boom. And there's the serpentine belt. You see, that one serpentine belt runs off of your crankshaft pulley, which runs your water pump pulley, which is going to make the water cycle through the engine, right? And it's going to run the alternator. So this first belt is important. And back to the store we go. This is car parts buying simulator. And then there's your other belt, your other little serpentine belt, which runs down to your power steering pump. So you'll notice that everything runs off of your crankshaft pulley, right? So that is running, that's what's going to make everything else run. And boop, we're going to go here, buy the part, 30 bucks. And now you need a radiator fan. Because, you know, if you're going to upgrade everything, you still want this crappy flex blade fan as opposed to some nice electric fans. Boom. Alright, so we're just going to inspect it, right? Yep, gotta put those on. Put your cap on. Back to the store. Cap. Buy part. And then while we're here, we'll go ahead and get this, this, and this. Go back here. And we're going to need the clutch release bearing. Because all this stuff needs to be put in. We're going to put that there. And they try to be sneaky. See these little clips? There's 2 of them. And we need wires. Which I don't think they make high performance wires. Or whatever. Alright, so we're doing good. Back to the store. Whoops. Whoops. That's at the electrical store. Pretty sure they don't have the wires. No, you gotta go to the electronics store. Boom. Then you're going back to here because remember we've got to get those clips. 2 of them. There's one on each side. And those clips go here. And there's one on the inside here. Alright, now you think we're done. We're not. We're going to the store again. So we need 8 of these. We need 3 of these. This is what keeps your crankshaft in place. These are pretty important. So if you're ever rebuilding an engine, your rod caps, your crankshaft bearing caps, super important because you got to think all of the friction is going through here. All of the bangs and ups and downs. This is constantly being rubbed on. That's why oil changes are important. Because once you lose your oil, it totally screws everything up. Alright, so buy 8 of those. We're going to buy 3 of these. We really need to clear out our shopping list. I pressed and I held it. Boom. Gone. Alright. Perfect. Then I'm just going to go through and add them all, and I'll be quiet while I do that. Need your oil pan, that's what keeps the oil in the bottom. And all that wonderful stuff lubricated. You know, so your engine doesn't blow up. Here we are at the store again. But we need this oil pan, right? Yeah. Now, the engine is complete. Look at that. We did it. We built an engine for our Mustang. So here, you right click, you take it off the stand, and you go back in here. And you tell this stand, hey, put that in the car, and it will give you a choice, right? That's what came in it. This is what we put on it. So, hopefully, that is an improvement. We're going to put this back where it belongs. Boom. Look at that. Don't forget to put your engine, your quote-unquote engine cover back on. And it doesn't look half bad in there. Now, if you notice, you right-click and you go to part mount, we're missing quite a few things. So, brake servo, right? Power steering, radiator. There's a tiny little intercooler, which I don't remember there being. That's interesting. Alright, whatever. It's all make-believe. Ah, there's a fuse box, which looks terrible. So we're actually going to take this fuse box out. So you just remove all the fuses, and then you forget to buy it. Yep, that's how you do that. Fuse box A, and the cover, boom. New battery, boom. Going back here, opening our shopping list. Radiator. Small intercooler, which it's not a thing in 1970 game at all. Whatever. I guess it's got to look good. It's got to appeal, right? I mean, I call BS on it. I mean, I put the wrong engine in the car, so I mean, I can't say anything. I put my own engine in it. Alright, so we also have to get the washer reservoir. Boom, back to the store. Because anybody that works on cars will know that you make 110 trips to the store. To the auto parts store. And then you're going to lose your 10mm socket. Unmount, you take off the cap, and glug glug glug, fill this thing up. And we're going to do that with all the fluids. You didn't miss anything, I promise. Not sure who this one person is, but thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. It's probably a bot. It's all good though. Makes it look like I have somebody that's interested in what I'm doing, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we have the engine in, we have the cooling system in, but we forgot to put in, boom, the fuse box. That's important if you want stuff to work. So here, same thing with your shopping, right? Clear out your list, and you're just going to hit X. Boom, 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 boom. And then back to the store, only this one, you're going to the electronics store. Open up your shopping list, and everything you clicked is already in your shopping list. There's 3 of these. Alright, and you just put them in. And you just keep putting them in. If you don't have them in, your car does not run. So if you just go through everything very methodically, you will have a car that will run and you will not have to troubleshoot it when you are done. Which I have done before. Alright, so this looks complete, this looks good. We've got new wheels, tires, paint, new panels, everything, right? Boom. So let's get it up in the air and let's finish it up. Alright, so we're going back to part mount. So all this stuff I know we're missing. So we need 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 middle mufflers, and I'm in my own way, and 2 rear mufflers. Now I know for a fact we can go to this store, right? This store, yeah. And these will greatly improve your horsepower. So while you didn't have very many internal components, much like any other car, you could throw an exhaust on it, increase the airflow. It makes your car happy. And replace those. Boom. And let's get these installed real quick. If I can get my camera to behave, we'll be in business here. Middle mufflers. Middle muffler. Exhaust pipe. Exhaust pipe. Or exhaust pipe. Front exhaust pipe. Alright. you can go to the gearbox store and buy a better gearbox. Boom. So that's good. Put all that on there. Gotta get a starter. Oops, wrong button. That's in the electronics store. So you go back here, open your shopping list again, because you're never done buying things. And we have the drive shaft. Now, looks to me like we have a completed car. So we go through it real methodically, right? So that at the end, when you're like, I'm done, and we could take it to the dyno, and we could do this, that it runs, and it does the things it's supposed to. Make sure you put oil in the car, which I have not done. So let's put oil in it. We're going to move this into the test path because we need to do an alignment. That's a thing in this game, in case you didn't know. Also, this interior looks like doo-doo. So we're just going to do the interior while we're here too. So we need a front left seat, on a steering wheel. Nope, I don't want to sit in it. I want to take it out. Disassemble. Disassemble. Alright, then you're going to the store again. That's right. In case you forgot, you have to keep going to the store. Now, we could do something different with the seats. We could do more of a high back, or we could do... That's what's going in there now. I mean, I already bought one. Alright, we'll just stay with it. I believe they also sell steering wheels. Boom. Alright, so that's good. And go back here. Interior assemble. Steering wheel. Seat. Seat. And boom. Now the interior's done. Now we're going to walk over here. We don't need to run it on the test path because we replaced everything. So we fixed the alignment. And realign the headlights. Alright, cool. Now, if everything went to plan, right, inside of our 1970 Mustang, we should be able to start it. And it runs! Woohoo! Very, very authentic sound. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to send it over to the dyno. We're going to see what it dyno's at. So you go to start. Oh! Sucker! Oh, I forgot to install a part. No, I didn't. Fraybar, no. Okay. What did I miss? There, that one's there. Yeah, there it is, right there. Ah, I gotta take it and put it back onto the lift. That's what I get. It's always a little tiny thing. It's never anything major. You get the major stuff, right? Back in the air it goes. Let's add. I gotta put that thing in there because if you drive it with that, it's gonna fall apart. It's bad. Okay. Okay. Go back to the dyno. That should be it. I'm pretty sure I got everything else. Start. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I keep forgetting the intercooler because this didn't have an intercooler. Yes, I want to proceed with the dyno. So factory power is 358 horsepower, right? Let's see what it does. I'm guessing right at 500. Maybe. There we go. 511 horsepower. That's a vast improvement. Now, what we can do is we can drive the car. Power steering fluid, my sweet baby Jesus, why would you let me start the car without it then? You think I would just remember to do it all at once, right? I don't know about that. Okay. As I was saying, should be able to go to... not the test track, we'll go to the racetrack. Which... it should just be a straight line. It should do okay, because it has slicks on it. All the way around. 500 horsepower. Probably has a crap ton of torque. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are. We're gonna see what we did here. Go! Yep, I'm gonna wreck. Yeah. Definitely gonna wreck. Oh dear. Ah, it's so lovely. Nope. Ah! Oh, God! Ugh. That didn't go well. Oh dear. Yep. Yep, that's... Nope. That didn't go well. Alright. It's a good thing they don't actually take into account, like, damage. Because everybody would fix their cars and then they would be immediately destroyed. Good. How long is this lap? Slow down. No, not the wall again. Oh God. Yeah, nope. Okay, well you get the idea. We did good. Return to the garage. So you two, in roughly an hour and a half, can take a junker from the junkyard and restore it. Now, what I'm wondering is, what kind of profit do you make off of this car? Let's see. Parts value $26,000, body value $11,000, performance parts $8,900, condition $9,500, buy price $3,100, profit of $54,016. That's not bad. Let's go take a look. Let's move this. The car left B. And I will try to pull out, let's see, map, my garage. Nope, that's not it. Map. Parking. Let's break out. Yeah, the GTR Longtail moved garage. So if you can subscribe to the guy that made this model, it's actually really cool. So I'll show you the ridiculous things you can get into as far as like painting your chassis and all sorts of crap. I'm gonna remove the clamshell for this. So if you notice, I painted the transmission, the suspension, the engine, the intake manifold, all the suspension is painted. I also did the calipers and everything. I went all out on this. So yes, it's very, very Puff Daddy. It's very white. Let's see. Yep, that one right there. You can see I've got a few trunks. Boom. I'll put that back on where it belongs. Painted the wheels. There's your frunk right there. It's huge. Then you can also get a DeLorean. This is actually a DeLorean wide body, which I don't think I've ever seen one. So yeah, it's like a one of one. You know, it's my car, my DeLorean. It's a wide body. You cannot paint it, so if you were wondering that, you can't do it. They also have a Back to the Future version, so it's pretty cool. Let's see, what else do I have in my parking garage? I don't remember if I finished this car. Oh, I most definitely didn't. I definitely did not. Alright. Nothing to see here. Alright, well, that's gonna be it. I'm calling it quits. I will be on probably later on Xbox, but it'll be streaming here on Twitch. For anybody that popped in on YouTube, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I try to keep the content clean. It's gonna be real simple stuff. And if you've got any suggestions for games, let me know. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.